Hello everybody. So tonight I'm out taking some pictures. I'm not often the world's biggest nighttime photographer, but this wonderful little Sony I've been using the last week or two, I have to give it back tomorrow. So I just thought I'd take it out for one last little bit of fun. I'm just in the city at the moment, and I'm sort of set up near this waterfall close to Roma Street. It's a bit noisy, I'm sorry, but hopefully we can sort that out later. So I'm just going to try and take a couple of pictures. I'm using the Hasselblad again. I've got some Kodak Ektar in there, which has got really good reciprocity properties, and it's also just really good at night in general. So I've just set up the camera and tripod. Just going to switch lenses and have a bit of a look at a composition. So I've just had to move the camera forward, and as well my bag and vlogging camera, because I've got the wide angle on, so it's just a little bit too wide for where I was positioned. There was too much in the frame. So where I am now, I'm sort of positioning the fountain to be off center. I've got it focused now. We should be pretty sharp focus. I think I'm going to shoot at f5.6. So I just need to take a light meter reading. The LCD is not very good on it. So at f5.6 I'm looking at a 4-second exposure, which I think is pretty reasonable. Alright, so I'm in bulb mode at f5.6. I've got good focus. Now I'm just going to wait for the lights to turn a colour I might like. So in the meantime I'll take my dark slide out and lock the mirror up. So it's ready to go. All I have to do is hit my cable release when I'm ready, and then we'll take the picture. Okay, the lights are very pink at the moment. Looks very nice. So I'm going to take this picture. 4 seconds. I might go a little longer for reciprocity, even though I don't really need to with Ektar, but let's go. So I did 6 seconds, half a stop over. That should be more than enough. Ektar doesn't respond to overexposure quite as well as something like Portra does, but half a stop is okay. I'm not going to muck around here too long. I might move the camera back again a fair bit and switch out to the 150mm and take one shot on the 150. But while it's a nice sort of composition and a nice fountain, it's nothing mind-blowing, so I don't want to waste too much time here. So I just shuffle back and change lenses again. So I just finished up there at the fountain. I took one with the 150mm, backed up quite a bit. I didn't bother to film it at all because it was just taking a quick shot there, but I also took one with the ZV-1. Figure I may as well get another couple of stills out of this thing before I give it back as well as video, because it is quite a capable little stills camera. So now I'm just walking along a little bit, not really sure where I'm going to go. I might sort of head somewhere down near the river. Seems like there is no simple way to get down near the river from where I am right now. So I'm just going to continue to walk towards the city a little bit. There will be somewhere up here where I can drop down onto the river walk, or I might just check out a few things in the city first as well, see what's happening in there. It's quite busy, but I'm just going to carry on at the moment towards the city and see what I find. So I've made my way down to the river finally. I found a footpath that came down, so I'm going to have a look. I think I might be able to get a relatively decent shot with the wide angle, looking towards where the art gallery is, and there's the footbridge there with the coloured lights and a bit of the city in the background. So I'll just grab the camera and tripod out, put on the wide angle and have a bit of a look, see what we find here. So I've just set up the tripod, popped the camera on with the wide angle to shoot a shot looking over here towards the art gallery with the bridge in it. I haven't checked focus yet or exposure, but I've got a decent composition. I might just have to tweak it to get it straight, but it's looking pretty good. So I've got focus, I've got composition, I figured out my exposure. My light meter is telling me at f16 I should be shooting for 1 minute, and figured out that at 1 minute I need to add an extra stop for reciprocity failure with Kodak Ektar. So I've metered for a spot over on the art gallery that's not in dark shadows but not in bright highlights. I don't want to meter for the highlights and have no shadows, but at the same time I don't want to meter for the shadows and have no highlights. So I'm going to expose for just under 2 minutes, a minute and 50 seconds. I'm about to go. I'm just going to get my phone out So I'm sorry, I'm not being rude. It's just going to be my stopwatch. So dark slide out. Camera is wound and ready to go. Mirror locked up, barn doors open. And let's go for 1 minute and 10 seconds. So that is now counting. I'll close off that shutter at 1 minute and 10 seconds, and I may or may not put the telephoto on to see if there's another shot here, but then I might just carry on a bit more towards the city as well. So I did end up taking one more shot down there by the river with the 150mm on. I ended up framing it up a bit differently, well, completely different shot. And it was a 4-minute exposure, well, 2 minutes plus an extra 2 minutes for reciprocity failure. And now I'm sort of walking across one of the bridges heading towards South Bank. I don't really want to go that far. There's just a shot that I want to get sort of back towards the city, and I'm just having a look to see if I can get it from the bridge. So I'm just going to keep walking, see if I can get it. Maybe I have to go down the bridge on the other side, but we'll see soon. So I'll talk to you soon. So I've just framed up a shot that I've been wanting to get for quite some time. There's a building going up just over on the other side of the river in the city called Queen's Wharf, and there's a ring of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cranes, and they light them up at night. So it looks really, really cool. So I've been wanting to try and get this for a while, and it looks like it's going to work. So I've just got it framed up. I've got it focused. I haven't metered yet, but it's really, really tight. Like, it's only just fitting in the edges of the frame. But I'm just about to take a light meter reading and get my exposure. So I'm pretty happy. This should look pretty cool. I've got the 150mm on. I didn't think it'd work. It does, but it's super tight, but that's okay. It's gonna look better that way. So just let me take this meter reading and I'll get this shot. Okay, so I've taken my light meter reading. I'm getting f16 30 seconds. So with our knowledge that we need to add an extra stop of exposure with Ektar, that gives me a 1 minute exposure. So I've got my stopwatch here to start. I'm locked up, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna do it now before any traffic comes over, because this bridge does move a little bit when the traffic comes over. So I'm just gonna let that go for its minute and then turn it off, and cheering that I've got this shot that I wanted. Hopefully not too much traffic comes. It's only light cars at the moment. If a bus comes, we're in trouble. But anyway, I'm gonna let this exposure do its thing. So I got the shot that I've always really wanted to get. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I just grabbed another one, just looking back at the bridge, the Ferris wheel across at South Bank. Cliche shot perhaps, but why not? I had a nice clear shot. There was a 30-second exposure at f8. I think I did that one at, or f11. F11, 30 seconds, so 15 seconds, and adding an extra stop for reciprocity failure. I might start making my way back slowly towards the car now. Well, maybe not all that slowly. I only have 2 frames left. I want to maybe try and get a shot looking down onto the freeway down there if I can. I'm not sure how that'll work. I took a cool shot looking down on the freeway from up in one of the hotels over there a few weeks ago, but that was with my digital camera. But I'm going to see if there's a cool shot here as I walk back. If not, then so be it. But yeah, I'm going to start slowly making my way back. So I've only got 2 frames left to shoot. I didn't end up grabbing one at all looking over the freeway, because I figured it would just be too hard to get focus with a waist level finder with the camera tilted forward. So I didn't take it. I'm currently sort of in the mall, just having a look. There's a shot back here that might be cool. Bit of neon lights, the Burnett Lane sign. I'll have a look, I'll see if there's anything there, see what I think with the wide angle, and go from there. So I have one more frame left on this roll of Ektar. I took one in there in the city in the mall at Burnett Lane. I thought there was another decent one in there, but I didn't end up grabbing it. Now I'm actually heading back to the car properly, not sort of taking little walks elsewhere to find a shot. So there's one left. If I see something on the way back to the car, then I'll shoot it, but I'm not going to just waste the frame, because I do know there are 1 or 2 shots near Toowong, sort of not far from where I live, that I can grab tonight as well, once I get back there, because I do want to finish the roll tonight. You may have realised by now that I don't have any sound in this part of the video. That was not by design. I was really tired the night I was recording this video, as I'd been awake for about 19 or 20 hours, and I simply forgot to turn on my microphone after getting out of the car when I drove home. So I recorded a bunch of video clips with no sound without even realising it. But I still really wanted to make this video, so I just figured doing a voiceover for this little section is the best idea. So please enjoy me looking like an idiot without sound while I shoot my last frame, and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, so it seems I keep making mistake after mistake, probably because I'm ridiculously tired, but I'm heading back home. I'll tell you what I've just done, what stuff-ups I've just made. I walked from my house after parking up down to the river here at Toowong near the Regatta Hotel. I filmed a clip on the way down and a couple there, but not realising only half of my microphone setup was turned on, so there was no sound. I got to the Regatta. I set up a nice composition looking at the pub where there's a bit of dancing going on. 15-second exposure. My shutter speed dial had been bumped accidentally from bulb to 1 second, so I set everything up, hit the shutter, and after 1 second it closed. So I wasted my last frame of film, and I had no sound on any of my videos. So I'm heading home now. I'm going to get the film developed as soon as I can and put together this little video. I just want to say thank you all for coming along tonight. It might be a bit disjointed or seem that way because it is something different for me. I'm not usually filming at night, and I'm also, the other thing that's a bit different is filming with people around in public, like in the city. It's scary because even though you try not to, you sort of worry about people judging you and that sort of thing. So I did that. It was tough and it was fun. So thanks for coming along. Stick around for the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate that. Give this video a like if it was okay. Leave any comments. Thanks for coming along again. I'll talk to you soon.